What's going on, my trainer club? Today we're going to check out the top tips for Swablu, COMM Day, and Pokemon Go to make sure you guys are prepped, ready to catch the shiny golden Q-tip in Pokemon Go. So welcome to the trainer club. Here we go. Welcome back, everybody. Let me know in the comments below, are you guys excited about Swablu, COMM Day, and Pokemon Go? I am very excited. Only reason being is I love COMM Days. For nothing more than just loving COMM Days, I highly suggest that you guys get into the mindset of just loving the events, period, irregardless of everything else that's going on. I think that would really help everybody's mindset if anybody's out there feeling lack about this COMM Day. I mean, obviously we have GBL COMM Day that has already been announced. If you guys want to see what I talked about, the future about it, what could be coming, you can check it out up there. So we're now going to break down Swablu, COMM Day, and Pokemon Go. We're going to go over all the items. We're going to go over the features and everything like that. If you guys already know the features of the event, you want to skip, just make sure to check the chapters that are pinned down here below. Click that little arrow next to whatever it says, like introduction right now, and it will take you to all the chapters that you can go ahead and make sure to maneuver through all of my videos from now on out, so that you guys never have to miss a video. If there's something specific you want to come to the video for, that's going to be there for you as well, or you can watch the entire video as well. So here we go. Swablu COMM Day is going to be Saturday, May 15th. It is going to go all the way from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And as I have talked about, there is a hidden underlying event bonus in here because we're virtually getting 2 COMM Day bonuses wrapped up in one with some other really cool things going on. So, I mean, this event is dynamite, I am telling you. So the event bonuses are going to include 3-hour incenses, as always. It's going to be the 6-hour COMM Day. Number 2, we have increased spawns. Swablu is going to be absolutely everywhere. Number 3, we have 1/4 egg hatch distance. So right in here, I'm going to interject and I'm going to put in the Fairy 500 million catch bonus, which is going to be 3 times catch XP, which is also here as well. Not only that, the 3 times catch XP is usually a COMM Day bonus. And usually it only comes out during COMM Days. But guys, we have it also during this time frame. So the reason why this is so important is that COMM Days have crazy amazing spawns, so you have much more access to hit excellent throws and get a ton of XP. And then the features of the event are going to include Swablu into Altaria that's going to get moonblast. You cannot use non-elite TMs, meaning if you have an Altaria that you want to put this move on it, you have to use a elite TM if it is already an Altaria. There's going to be an exclusive story that's going to cost $1. I always suggest you guys do it. I think it's pretty lucrative and it's a really low cost to entry. There's going to be photo bombs with Swablu, so I highly suggest you take advantage of all 5 of those, especially if you don't have that platinum photo bomb medal. There is going to be a COMM Day box that costs 1,280 coins. That's going to include 50 Ultra Balls. I love that they include 50 Ultra Balls now. It's going to include 5 Super Incubators, 5 incenses, and then finally an elite fast TM. So you guys have to think, is that worth it for you? And then finally speaking, Mega Altaria will be the surprise Mega Pokemon, making its Pokemon Go debut at 5 p.m. local time following this event. So we're gonna get into that in a tip as well, and then obviously the shiny is out. So that's everything we need to know about the event. Let's start getting down to my tips, starting off with tip number 1. Tip number 1 is gonna be focused around all of our items. The reason being is that this event is crazy with the bonuses, guys. So I wanna make sure you guys catch as many as possible. So what does that come down to? Having as many balls as possible. Ultra Balls are premier. The reason being I'm always recommending the Ultra Balls is because when you hit the Pokemon, they get caught pretty much every single time. I don't want you guys to have any drags or lag time in between trying to catch a Pokemon with a regular red ball. It breaks out, you have weather boost, it's breaking out, and then you have to keep throwing. It's taking away from your XP, your XL candy, your Stardust. Don't do it. Stock up on Ultra Balls as much as possible. I would say for this event, especially if you're grinding XP, which we will check out here in a second, that you go for 500 plus Ultra Balls. In preferential, you're getting even higher. But if you can't do all that, then make sure to have great balls in spot number 2, and then the least amount of red balls. How you stock up on those? Open gifts every day. Number 1, have a gotcha on not spinning stops and catching Pokemon with your red balls. You go and keep walking around a specific area. It can catch Pokemon, whatever. It's wasting down the red balls, and then you're spinning stops manually. And that is going to be the best way to do it because you're able to get that and deplete the red balls without having to dump them, potentially get Stardust, Shinies, and other things, and then you're able to build back up on the Great and Ultra Balls, which is really cool. And then next, let's look at the Pineapple Berries. Pineapple Berries, it's going to be a good thing here because Altaria Evolution is going to take 400 Swablu candy. It's like Magikarp. So having enough candy right now to forever be good with this Pokemon is important, very important. I would highly suggest you guys come in with at least 300 Pineapple Berries and use all of them on Swablu, get as much candy as possible. Also, you wanna have XL candy, which we will talk about in a tip. Then moving onwards, we're gonna need premium items for this event. So we have a couple different things. Obviously, we're gonna talk about eggs in a tip as well, because that's gonna be impactful because of different things that you can do during this time frame. With the 1/4 egg hatch distance, you guys have a couple ways to really maneuver the eggs. So you're gonna need incubators, super incubators. The adventure box is gonna be where you get the most incubators. If you guys wanna stock up on that, I will probably buy at least 1 box to make sure that I have enough incubators for this event, number 1. Number 2, you're gonna need lucky eggs. So for the entire time, lucky eggs go for 30 minutes. You're gonna wanna have them on the entire time, because every time you hit an excellent throw, you're gonna be getting 7,020 XP, as we have talked about it in GBL COMM Day, in the 3 times catch XP bonus tip video. If you wanna check that full video out up here to make sure you're maxing out on the rest of the event. So having lucky eggs, you need 12. That's gonna be amazing, and you guys are gonna be fully stocked and ready to go on that. And you can use star pieces. I wouldn't say that you need to, but you can if you're just looking to add additional Stardust. There is no Stardust bonus during this time, but you're catching a lot. So it depends if you're rationing resources or you're a full-on pay-to-play player. And not only that, I always suggest that you guys use the COMM Days as a reminder to clean out your bag. Get as many Pokemon out as possible. Trade them, transfer them, get them out. It's time to make sure you have enough space to play comfortably for the entire Swablu day, or at least half, or at least a quarter minimum, without having to go through and check, because every time you go through and check all these Pokemon, you're wasting time. I don't want you guys to waste time. I want you to be taking full advantage of everything that you can in this event, because there's a lot of great bonuses, shinies, and everything like that. So don't overlook this event. Even though it sounds silly, you may already have 10 shiny Swablus like myself. I'm still playing hard. I'm still gonna have fun. So with that said, now let's get on to tip number 2. Tip number 2 is gonna be focused around eggs. So we have 2 different scenarios, and what I'm gonna do is a combination of the both that can get you into this event for the quarter hatch distance and really be lucrative for you. Number 1 is going to be stock up on 12-kilometer eggs, going from now all the way until the event time. Have 12 12s going on. As soon as the event hits, you put them all on incubators, you walk them. Then I would suggest setting a timer maybe every 20 minutes to check, to remind you to get in there and see where your eggs are at, because you want to put a star piece on to make sure to get as much Stardust as possible. If you want to see all my Stardust that I have hatched in 9 12-kilometer eggs, you can check out the vlog up here. It's a lot of Stardust. You'll probably get about 100,000. And then number 2, we do have the fairy event going on all the way until May 17th. So after that, what I suggest doing, unless you just want to go straight for it, but remember, you're going to have a gift cap too. You can get 7-kilometer eggs from all of your friends. You don't get an egg every single time. What you're gonna need to be able to get eggs from the 7-kilometer gifts, number 1, you actually have to have egg spots. So after you hatch the 12-kilometer eggs, which is what I'm suggesting up front, and then you go into 7-kilometer eggs, you're gonna open your gifts, you're gonna fill up the entire bag. You can only get 9 here. You can't put them into the bonus spots, unfortunately. So if there are leaders around, you could go in with a rocket radar, you could battle a leader, and then you could get 1, 2, 3, you could buy the radars or whatever, you could get them in the reserve spots, and then you could do 9 7-kilometer eggs, and then 3 12-kilometer eggs as well right there, and get more Stardust. If you don't feel like purchasing them, just come in with 1. You can battle throughout the day. You could throw in your gacha, do some battles. You could get another 12-kilometer egg and put them in the bottom and hatch them as well for additional Stardust. But the 7-kilometer eggs have Gible in there. Not only that, it has shiny Igglybuff potential, it does have Azurill as well as Cleffa in there. So those eggs are really powerful in there. So I would suggest doing that ratio. Or if you want to get all 7-kilometer eggs with 3 reserves of the 12-kilometer eggs, what I would suggest doing is having them all the night beforehand. You open them all the night beforehand, so then you have a fresh 30 gifts to be able to open during that day, and you already have the 7-kilometer eggs, 9 of them, in your bag ready to go. So the eggs are really important. They can help you max out, they can get you good stuff, they can get you a lot of Stardust in Pokemon Go. So with all that said, let's now move into tip number 3. Tip number 3 is going to focus around where are you going to be towards the start of the event. I want you guys in a downtown area. I want you in a very densely spawned place. I want you guys to be ready to max out in the areas that are circular, that have a lot of Pokestops, and generally a lot of people that play there. Because when a lot of people play there, more people are going to contribute towards lures. It's going to be a lot more fun, and usually where a lot more people play, that's going to be a lot more denser of a place to play. So that's going to be important. Another thing that you may consider is putting on specific lure modules. Regular lure modules will spawn, but the premium lure modules will spawn faster. And if you guys do want to use out that new rainy lure module, that will help anybody evolve Goodra that is out there. So for anybody out there that does want to evolve, a rainy lure module would help you evolve that Pokemon, and it will give you more spawns. The only problem with the premium lures is, typically speaking, they will break up between regular spawn and then specific lure spawn. So although it may spawn more, it's going to be more heavily weighted in the Swablu during this daytime. You have to take that into account. And then obviously up front, make sure to put on all of the things that you're going to be using. If you're going to be using 12 lucky eggs, put those on. You're going to be using your incenses, put those on. I would highly suggest putting on 8 total incenses, because during the comm days, you're going to be able to get 24 hours worth. If you put on 8, guess what? You're going to be able to play the rest of the day after the comm day for the fairy event, which is going to be amazing. Additionally, you will also be able to max out fully on everything that's going on for the fairy event the next day. Even with sleeping for 8 hours, you're still getting a ton more time on incenses, because remember, it's only an hour. If you have 8, you use 8, you're only getting 8 hours. During this event, if you use 8, you're getting 24 hours. And if you minus 8 out of there for sleeping, let's minus 3 more out of there for eating, you're still ahead on the game. You're still 11 hours, right? You're still gaining. Also, what you could do is, if you don't feel like, and you want to max out more on the fairy event than you do on the Swablu comm day, is you are going to have to wait to put on your incense all the way until around 1:55. And then you're also going to have to set another timer. It's going to be a little close. You're going to have to make sure you follow this at 4:55, because the event goes all the way from 11 to 5. So hear me out on this one. You do not put one on up front. If you put one on up front, this is not going to work for the additional hours. If you put one on at 1:55, that's going to give you 3 hours on that to 4:55. At 4:55, you're running out of incenses. You can then put on 8 more virtually, right? Because you ran out. You can put on 8 more, and then you're going to have 24 hours from 4:55 to max out on incenses, because I think the fairy event is much better than the Swablu comm day as far as the spawns. You have Bagons, Stratinis, you have Goodras, you have cool new fairy type Pokemon. Then you'll be able to go from that event at 4:55, if you listen to this, all the way until 4:55 the next day. So you're gonna have a lot more fairy type spawns. So you're gonna be able to max out much fully instead of just getting more Swablus on an incense. So that's what I would suggest doing, is to wait, because you're gonna get a ton of Swablu spawns anyway. So you might as well hold off for the first 2 hours and 55 minutes, put it on at 1:55, then at 4:55 you set your timer. You could even put on all 8 at 1:55, but have the timer set at 4:55, and you put 1 more on to stack it on. 4:56, boom, you put it on. Now you have 24 hours going all the way till 4:55. For me, that's absolutely amazing, and that's definitely the way I am going to handle my incenses during this day. So with all that said, guys, tip number 4. Tip number 4 is going to be focusing around PvP, the event starting, and everything getting you ready. So guys, please do not catch Pokemon 30 minutes beforehand, because those 30 minutes beforehand can change all over into Swablu spawns, and those can then get you more shinies. Number 1. Number 2, don't do any field research tasks from midnight all the way until the event starts of the area you're going to be grinding in, because those will change over into comm day tasks, and they will get you Ultra Balls, Pineapple Berries, and other things like that, including Great Balls as well, and potential Swablus encounters if they are going to use that. So make sure not to do that. Also, since a lot of us are going to be grinding out XP, you want to coincide Ultra Friends, Great Friends, and Best Friends on Lucky Eggs to make sure you guys maximize fully on additional XP. And obviously, once the event starts, you're going to want to put on all of your items and get ready, including your eggs that we already talked about. So let's make sure that we know all of the IVs, weather boosted, and everything like that as far as Swablu goes. So Swablu is going to be a normal and a flying type, so it's going to be boosted in partly cloudy and windy conditions. As far as task level, 100% IV, level 15 is going to be 353. Level 20, if you're able to hatch it, it's going to be 470, which will probably be happening from 2-kilometer eggs. If it is not weather boosted, it's going to be 706 in the wild, but if it is weather boosted, then the 706 is no longer going to be the 100% IV. 765 is now going to be the guaranteed 100% IV, because that is the max level that you can catch in the wild under weather boost. Which then is going to lead us into the PvP IVs, just so that you guys do know them. 0, 14, 15 is going to be the 100% IV for the Altaria from the Swablu for the Great League. Additionally, if you're gonna use it in the Ultra League, it is semi-fairly ranked. That one's gonna be all 100% IVs, all maxed out, and you can buddy boost it. So that would be a competing one to be able to utilize that as a buddy boosted Pokemon with something like an Umbreon, unless you use them together. Obviously you can't have two, but it is a level 51 under 2500 CP, and those are the ones, the Pokemon that I focus you guys on getting for the 100% IVs and buddy boosting them to level 51, so that's 15, 15, 15. And as far as the rankings, in the Great League it ranks the best, rank 4, with the moveset of Dragon Breath, Sky Attack, and Dragon Pulse. And then in the Ultra League, it's going to be ranked 96 with that XL. So with all that said, guys, let's get into tip number 5. Tip number 5 is going to be focusing around the end of the event. So you have from 5 to 7 to be able to evolve. So what you can do is trade a lot. Trading a lot will get you extra candy. If you can trade over 100 kilometers, it's going to give you extra XL candy if you didn't get enough. Also the potential to get luckies, and you want to evolve some to make sure you have it. Evolve the shiny to make sure you have it with Moonblast and everything like that. So main focuses of this event are going to be the 3 times catch XP, quarter, half distance, hatching, and have a lot of fun. So don't take this event lightly, max out on the XP. I appreciate you guys being here, likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members. Everybody takes their support, subscription, and participation to the next level. I'm gonna see you guys out in the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.